What's going on, guys? It's Jimmy here, and welcome to our daily show where we discuss the fourth stimulus check update, the two new upcoming packages, the physical infrastructure package, and the next stimulus package for America, as well as news you need to know about. If you're new to the channel, make sure to subscribe down below so you don't miss out on new updates. Remember, new videos come out every day at 10 a.m., 3 p.m., and 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Also, if you can, give this video a like. It really helps out our channel. Okay, Senate Majority Leader Chuck Schumer and Senator Bernie Sanders are working on a larger package to combine the infrastructure package and the next stimulus package together, which leaves a lot of room for stimulus checks and other stimulus items like raising Social Security, as well as Medicare expansion, 2 years of free college, 2 years of free preschool. Yeah, there's a lot of money. So here's the thing is that the original infrastructure package of the American Jobs Plan originally started off at $2.3 trillion. That's trillion with a T. Yeah, I don't even know who starts with a T. Normally I would say like Mitch with an M or with a B, but yeah, trillion with a T. $2.3 trillion for the next infrastructure package, which the Republican negotiations going on between Republicans and Democrats have whittled that down all the way to about half, $1.2 trillion. It's yet to be determined if the Democrats are even going to go along with this. A lot of Democrats right now are saying that they shouldn't settle for a package that's half the amount of what is needed. Some Democrats want to spend even more than that. They say this infrastructure that is needed for our country, and this $1 to $2 trillion infrastructure package is set to be spent over 8 years. So when you look at that over the course of 50 different states, over the course of 8 different years, it does kind of get down to a smallish type of number for our country, the size of our country per year and per state. Okay, a lot of Democrats are saying it should be more. This is stuff that is invested into the infrastructure of our country to bring us, as one of the top world leaders and keep us ahead or bring us ahead of the curve, depending on who you're asking. So that bill originally started off at $2.3 trillion. It's the negotiations going on right now between senators, Democrats, and Republicans is down to $1.2 trillion. But for now, we'll say the $2.3 trillion. We'll go with President Biden's original $2.3 trillion. The next stimulus package, the American Families Plan, which is part one and part two of the Build Back Better package, they originally started as one, were then split into two packages. And the American Families Plan, the next stimulus package, there's about 15 or 20 different stimulus items that they're currently negotiating on right now, started off at about $1.8 trillion. So if we take the 2.3 trillion and add the 1.8 trillion, we get a total of $4.1 trillion. Okay, we'll say $4 trillion for a nice round number to remember. However, Senator Bernie Sanders, who's the Senate Budget Chairman, the second most powerful person in the Senate, also considered President Biden's right-hand man, and Senate Majority Leader Chuck Schumer, the most powerful person in the Senate at the moment, while the Democrats control the Senate, are currently crafting a $6 trillion infrastructure and stimulus package to combine those two bills. Remember, they were at $4.1 trillion. They're now crafting a bill that is $6 trillion, which the Senate Democrats are considering passing without the Republicans through the reconciliation process. So here's the thing. If their original two bills were $4 trillion, or $4.1 trillion, and they're now crafting a bill for $6 trillion, where do you think the extra money could go? Go on. You can say it. Yeah, there's lots of money for stimulus checks, monthly stimulus checks, Social Security increases, Medicare expansion to include additional Medicare benefits at no additional cost, hearing, dental, vision, and hearing aids, which is almost like a stimulus check on their own. If you get all those additional benefits for no additional costs, yeah, that would be a much needed benefits for millions of our seniors in this country. And remember, Senator Bernie Sanders and Senate Majority Leader Chuck Schumer are two of the senators, the two most powerful senators actually, that are in favor of monthly recurring stimulus check package or stimulus checks. So not just a single stimulus check, but for monthly recurring stimulus checks, similar to the child tax credits. But for everybody else, that's not a child or not a person, an adult with children. They want not just a single stimulus check, but monthly recurring stimulus checks to be included in this next package, along with over half of the Democrats in the U.S. House of Representatives. This is actually now over 100 different Democrats that have publicly spoken out. This is really not all the Democrats that are in favor of another stimulus check. These are just the people that have actually gone and spoken out and come out in favor of it. Most of the time, the Democrats and even the Republicans all tend to vote together. So whatever the party leaders want, they tend to all vote for it. Sometimes you'll see one or two people vote no, and the exact example is the third stimulus check package that passed. 100% of all the Democrats, including Senator Joe Manchin, voted yes on the third stimulus check package. Not a single Republican voted on it. 99.8% of the Democrats in the House of Representatives voted yes on that package. There was one Democrat from the House of Representatives that voted no on the third stimulus check package. So, as I said, there'll be some negotiations, but they all tend to vote together based on what the majority of the Democrats want. And the majority of the Democrats want a fourth stimulus check. In fact, the bill that Senator Bernie Sanders and Senate Majority Leader Chuck Schumer have signed a letter saying to President Biden that they want is for $2,000 monthly stimulus checks, along with over half of the Democrats in the Senate. President Biden himself has actually come out in support of more stimulus checks here over the last week as he grows more and more open to the idea of a fourth stimulus check to be included in this next stimulus package, and has actually never said a single negative thing about a fourth stimulus check or really a lot of these other stimulus provisions, like increasing Social Security and expanding Medicare or increasing Medicare benefits. Senator Bernie Sanders also wants to increase Social Security directly from his website, as you can see on here. He wants to make sure that Social Security will pay every benefit owed to every eligible American for the next 52 years, expand benefits across the board, including a $1,300 per year benefit increase for seniors with incomes of less than $16,000 a year. Third, lift millions of seniors out of poverty by increasing the minimum benefits paid to low income workers when they retire. And fourth, to increase the cost of living adjustments to keep up with rising costs of healthcare and prescription drugs by establishing a consumer price index for the elderly. In fact, President Biden also has very, very similar, as you can see here, the Biden Harris Emergency Action Plan to Save the Economy, directly on joebiden.com, says that they want to provide for additional stimulus checks to families should conditions require, forgive a minimum of $10,000 per person of federal student loans as proposed by Senator Warren and colleagues. Young people and other student debt holders bore the brunt of the last crisis, and it shouldn't happen again. Increase monthly Social Security checks by $200 per month, as proposed by Senator Wyden and colleagues. Seniors and people with disabilities are uniquely at risk right now, and to provide emergency paid sick leave to everyone who needs it with no one left out. Now, of course, this actually just covers a portion of the things that they're trying to include in this next package. And really, the Democrats have about a year or so to pass all these different things on their agenda. I do not expect that every single one of these items will end up in this infrastructure or stimulus package because, I mean, that would only be perfect luck, right? I think that they're going to get as much as they can in this next package and then work on the next package after that. Remember, in a little bit over 3 months, the Democrats get a whole nother set of reconciliation cards to pass a whole nother round of packages here for the next round of stimulus and the next stimulus package. As yes, the Democrats are talking about another package after this, and in addition to that, Senate Majority Leader Chuck Schumer says that they can actually go back and amend previously passed bills that were passed through reconciliation, So the third stimulus check package, as well as this next package that could or could not be passed through reconciliation, the Democrats can go back and amend those to add to them. Say, as an example, let's say that $1,400 stimulus check, let's say they wanted to add another $1,400 to it. They can go back and amend that simply with just a 50 or 51 vote, the same amount of votes you would need for a reconciliation package. So to pass a bill through reconciliation, they can actually go back and amend reconciliation bills that have already been passed with simply another kind of reconciliation process where they need the same amount of votes. Senator Bernie Sanders says, quote, as chairman of the Senate Budget Committee, the person in charge of the reconciliation process, I believe that now is the time to address the long-term crises facing working families. And yes, we can pay for many of these proposals by demanding that the wealthy and large corporations start paying their fair share of taxes. This has been an extreme hot topic debate as more and more large corporations, as well as wealthy individuals, information has been found out or has leaked out that they pay little to no taxes. As you can see here, in 2007 and 2011, Jeff Bezos, who is the founder of Amazon, the wealthiest man alive, paid nothing in federal taxes for 2 different years. In 2018, Elon Musk, the founder of Tesla and SpaceX, says the second wealthiest person in America paid nothing in federal income taxes. Yes, at a time of massive wealth and income inequality, we must tax the rich. By the way, Jeff Bezos alone, the founder of Amazon, as well as Elon Musk, both of their net worths are estimated to be around $200 billion, and that's with a B. Let me know your thoughts on that. Do you think they should pay more taxes than they're currently paid? Along with corporations have really been getting along with this, getting around this more so. They say that over 50 of the top Fortune 500 companies, over 10% of them, pay $0 in federal tax every single year. In fact, some of these large corporations actually get money paid back to them from the federal government for tax incentives and different type of tax rebates and incentives they get. So not only are they not paying $1 in federal tax, but some of these corporations are actually getting billions of dollars paid back to them by the federal government. So the government's actually paying them, even though these corporations like Amazon made $11 billion in profits just in 1 year alone, and yet paid $0 in taxes. Not every year, but a lot of years these corporations do get away with, dare I say, the craziness. It's almost like getting away with murder, right? Now, the Republicans want to do what they call a use tax, USE. So if you use the roads, you have to buy gas. One of the Republican kind of counter proposals to help pay for some of these packages is a gas tax to help cover infrastructure costs. Basically saying if you use the roads, you pay for it a little bit at a time by an increased gas tax. Well, Nancy Pelosi has actually come out, and she hasn't been saying much lately, but she's the Speaker of the House of Representatives. She rejects the gas tax to cover the infrastructure costs. And the White House has actually sided with her and reiterated that they are opposed to raising gas taxes among this infrastructure debate. And that's one of the kind of negotiations that are going on right now. Republicans are completely against any type of tax raises at all. Democrats want to raise taxes on corporations. There's several different ideas there. One is to raise the corporate tax rate from 21% to 28% to help pay for these the next stimulus checks, the next stimulus package, the infrastructure package. The other one is to set a minimum 15% tax rate for corporations that make over $1 billion per year, so that they would have to pay some taxes and they can't get away with paying zero taxes. Because even though the corporate tax rate is 21% right now, it was 35% when former President Donald Trump lowered it all the way from 35 down to 21. And Biden wants to raise it from 21 to 28. But all the Republicans are against any type of tax raises. But they are for what they call use taxes, which is like a gas tax, where if you use the roads, you will pay a little bit more in taxes. Of course, if you live in a high cost of gas state like California, you're probably already thinking gas is already $4 a gallon. Or if you're in Hawaii, I've seen it up to $5 a gallon before. Now, there are a couple creative ways that they're considering basically raising tax revenue to help pay for the cost of some of these programs. Remember, they don't have to actually pay for the whole cost of these programs. They don't have to actually raise any taxes. If they can't raise any taxes, they're likely going to just pass this without any tax raises, and then it would be similar to the past six stimulus packages. Five passed by former President Trump, one passed currently, the third stimulus check package by President Biden, where there were no tax raises at all. So no one's really going to pay for them. They're just going to go on the national debt and sit there. I mean, again, there was no tax raises. The government already spends more than they make. Yeah, we're dealing with a little bit of inflation. You could say that it's maybe a side effect of passing. Remember, former President Trump passed five stimulus packages. Biden's passed one. He's got two more on the way. You could say maybe inflation is a side effect of this. I think that's fair to say. But it also, we tend to see inflation come up when we're coming out of a recession. That's also fair to say as well. And again, I'm not taking sides. I just kind of giving you guys what I learned and what I know here from reading these articles and these interviews every single day of my life. I'm here for you guys, and I'll let you know the truth either way. There's inflation going on right now, no doubt about it. Who's to blame? Whether it's stimulus packages and infrastructure packages, stimulus is type of normal to. We've seen this in 2008, 2009 when we came out of that recession. We had some temporary inflation as well because as the economy starts to pick up speed. Especially right now, we're dealing with a lot of supply chain issues. You see this in the cost of lumber. You're seeing this in the cost of meat right now. That's exasperated even more because of the hack on the largest meat producer in the country, JBS. You're seeing this in housing prices right now. Like literally where I'm at here in Ohio, houses sell for over ask the day they go for sale. I've heard all sorts of stories from some of my realtor friends that houses go for sale the same day and they get like 20 offers and like 15 of the offers will be over the asking price and it'll sell in like the first 24 hours. Almost any home that is desirable that is happening to right now because there's simply a shortage of homes. A lot of people don't want to sell amidst this pandemic, and the homes that do come up for sale are selling like that. So again, I mean, you can't really blame anybody for that. It's just kind of a side effect of the pandemic and the supply chain issues. Lumber was extremely high. We actually just seen the largest lumber decrease here from May to June. It dropped by 40%. It's still extremely high, but we're starting to see that come down in lumber, where meat prices are going up right now. So gas prices have gone up from the pandemic lows. Of course, gas prices plummeted when the country shut down because, well, nobody was driving, and that's economics 101, supply and demand, and we're starting to see some inflation pretty much everywhere. So hopefully this new round of stimulus will put money in people's pockets, stimulus checks, an increase of the child tax credits, those monthly stimulus checks that are going to be going out to children ages 6 through 17, $250 per month, starting on July 15th for the rest of the year, and $300 per month for children under the age of 6 for the rest of the year. I had a couple questions I seen on this. People were saying, well, that's for the rest of the year. What about the other money? Well, the first 6 months of these child tax credits are going to be paid to you on your tax return as a one lump sum. So $1,500 for children ages 6 through 17, and children under the age of 6 are going to get a one lump sum of $1,800. Of course, it doesn't go to the child. They're not going to send a check to a 2-year-old or an 8-year-old. It goes to the person who claims the person who claims the child on the most recent tax return. Okay, those are already passed. Also, children ages 18 through 24 can be eligible for a $500 one-time check if they're enrolled in college. So keep that in mind as well. The IRS is setting up a new website for everybody to log into to give new banking information, anything you might need to change, anything like that. But the general rule of thumb is these checks, or the monthly checks, are going to go to the person who last claimed the child on the most recent tax return. So if mom and dad are split up and mom claimed them on the last tax return or dad claimed them on the last tax return, the checks are going to go to the person who claimed the child last on a tax return. So please keep that in mind. You might want to file an amended tax return or again, if you want to change that, and again, I don't make the rules. I just report to you guys what's going on. But hopefully, some of these additional stimulus items will help counter the inflation we're seeing right now. The next stimulus check, hopefully monthly stimulus checks, in addition to the child tax credits, which are monthly stimulus checks that are already passed for this 1 year, as well as we'll hopefully see some more mortgage and rental assistance programs. Maybe we'll see an extension of the uh, emergency broadband program that is also $50 per month as well. So credit on your internet. You can go to getemergencybroadband.org. If you haven't applied for that, please do, because it's a stimulus provision. They'll pay $50 off your internet bill per month, and we've already had thousands of people on this channel get it. So I'll keep you up to date on everything. We're getting very close here to a deal, whether they're going to do it or not. And if the Democrats might just pass it on their own. So we're getting close to the final stages of passing this. And we're going to have a lot of information coming out here over the next several days on what's going to be included in this package. And remember, they can negotiate this up until the last day. The second stimulus check was added in just 6 days before they passed the package. And on the third stimulus check package, that $10,200 of unemployment income was added in the day they passed it in the Senate. So up until the last day, they'll be negotiating and adding new things in. So I'll keep you up to date. Make sure to subscribe down below and join our family of subscribers. It's completely free to do so. New videos come out every day at 10 a.m., 3 p.m., and 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. You can click this video here to watch my newest stimulus check video next. And this video teaches you how to start your own business selling products on Amazon FBA. I've had dozens of students that have replaced their 9-to-5 income by selling products on Amazon, and I teach them how to do that. So click on one of those videos next. Thanks, guys, and I will see you in the next video.